In the aftermath of Tupac Shakur's tragic demise, a myriad of theories, accusations, and stories have surfaced, attempting to piece together the puzzle of that fateful night. One of the more intriguing narratives comes from Deal, who brings into focus a character named Eric Von Zip, along with a staggering amount of money, $1 million check. Gene, with his insider knowledge and first-hand experience in the industry, sheds light on a situation that seems almost too cinematic to be true. He recounts seeing a check for $1 million, a check that Von Zip claimed to have received for the sale of Blacker Records. This transaction, allegedly involving Barry Henderson and Jimmy Henchman, raises a multitude of questions and suspicions. Was this company, Blacker Records, truly worth $1 million? Why would such a substantial amount of money change hands, and for what real purpose? Gene, in his recounting, doesn't just take the story at face value. He probes deeper, urging for an investigation that follows the money, traces the check, and uncovers the true worth of the company in question. Deal, with his insider knowledge and sharp analytical skills, brings forth a staggering revelation about the financial intricacies surrounding the Tupac Shakur murder case. He boldly states that the $1 million check, which has been a focal point of intrigue and speculation, is just the tip of the iceberg. According to Gene, this check represents merely 1 out of 10, suggesting that there is a staggering $10 million tied to this complex web of transactions and hidden agendas. He implies that this money, potentially used to finance the hit on Tupac, was strategically distributed to avoid raising suspicions, and the check in question was just a part of this elaborate scheme. Gene doesn't stop there. He goes on to claim that the federal investigators missed a crucial piece of the puzzle, an offshore account in the UK allegedly owned by Diddy. This account, according to Gene, could hold the key to unraveling the financial trail and exposing the true magnitude of the money involved in this case. He criticizes the oversight, highlighting it as a missed opportunity to connect the dots and uncover the full extent of the conspiracy. Gene's revelations paint a picture of a meticulously planned operation, with money flowing through hidden channels, all leading back to the heart of the hip-hop industry. By shedding light on these overlooked aspects of the investigation, Gene challenges the official narrative and calls for a renewed scrutiny of the financial transactions that could hold the answers to Tupac's murder. Deal, with his profound understanding of the hip-hop industry and its dark underbelly, raises a critical question that challenges the prevailing narrative surrounding Tupac Shakur's murder. Do you really think a hit on the world's most famous rapper is only $1 million? He asks, highlighting the absurdity of believing that such a monumental act could be carried out for a sum that, in the grand scheme of things, is relatively insignificant. Gene emphasizes the stature of Tupac, not just as a rapper, but as a cultural icon, and he argues that the price on his head would have been substantially higher than a mere $1 million. He points out that for the power players in the industry, $1 million is pocket change, a small price to pay for a move that would send shockwaves through the music world and beyond. Gene continues to dissect the situation, shedding light on the mindset of the individuals involved. $1 million is literally nothing to these guys, not to mention how famous he is a gangster, he states, drawing attention to the high-stakes world of hip-hop, where reputation and street credibility are invaluable. He suggests that the individuals capable of orchestrating a hit on Tupac would not be swayed by a mere $1 million, as their motivations run deeper than financial gain. They operate in a realm where power, influence, and respect are the ultimate currency, and a hit on Tupac would be a power move, a statement, rather than a transaction. The implications of this story are vast, especially when placed in the context of Tupac's murder. The timing of the transaction, the involvement of known industry figures, and the sheer amount of money involved paint a picture of intrigue and potential foul play. Gene's perspective is crucial here. He doesn't just see a check and a story. He sees a puzzle, a mystery that needs solving. His call for an investigation is not just about verifying the legitimacy of a business transaction. It's about uncovering potential connections to one of the most high-profile murders in music history. The $1 million question, quite literally, is whether this check and the sale of Blacker Records have any connection to the events that unfolded on the night Tupac was shot. Was this money a payment, a bribe, or something even more sinister? Eric Von Zip himself is a character shrouded in mystery and street lore. Described by Gene as a hustler, a man capable of talking a well out of water, Von Zip is portrayed as someone who could very well find himself in the middle of a $1 million transaction, whether legitimate or not. His alleged connection to the gun used to kill Tupac adds another layer of complexity to the story, suggesting that if there were any foul play involved, Von Zip could have played a significant role. Gene's description of him paints a picture of a man who knows how to navigate the streets, the industry, and the situations that arise within both. If there were a way to turn a situation to his financial advantage, Von Zip would be the man to do it, according to Gene. This portrayal adds credibility to the theory that the $1 million check could have been more than just a simple business transaction. Deal's recounting of this story does more than just share a piece of hip-hop history. It opens up a conversation about the need for transparency, investigation, and the pursuit of truth. The connections between money, power, and violence in the music industry are complex and often shrouded in secrecy. By bringing this story to light, Gene challenges us to look beyond the surface, to question the narratives that have been presented, and to seek the truth, no matter how hidden or uncomfortable it may be. The $1 Million Check, the sale of Blacker Records, and the involvement of Eric Von Zip in the saga of Tupac's murder are pieces of a puzzle that the public, and perhaps the authorities, have yet to fully solve. Gene's insights and call to action serve as a reminder that the search for truth in Tupac's murder is far from over, and that every stone must be turned, every lead followed, to ensure justice is served. Gene Deal provides a unique and in-depth perspective on the Tupac Shakur murder case, shedding light on aspects that have remained in the shadows for years. In his discussions, he brings up Greg Kading, a former LAPD detective who was deeply involved in the investigation of Tupac's murder. Kading, having spent years on this case, has developed a comprehensive understanding of the events, the people involved, and the various theories that have circulated over the years. Gene acknowledges Kading's expertise and experience, emphasizing that Kading's findings and opinions carry significant weight due to his direct involvement in the investigation. Gene goes on to highlight the areas of agreement between himself and Kading, underscoring the importance of these convergences in understanding the true nature of the case. He points out that many of the insights he shares, the connections he makes, and the theories he proposes are echoed in Kading's own work on the case. This alignment between two individuals, both deeply entrenched in the world of hip-hop and law enforcement, serves to validate the points made by Gene and adds a layer of credibility to his narrative. Gene's ability to connect the dots, backed by Kading's concurrence, presents a compelling argument that challenges the mainstream narrative and demands a re-evaluation of the facts surrounding Tupac's murder. By bringing Kading into the conversation, Gene reinforces the validity of his own insights and ensures that his audience understands the depth and accuracy of his analysis. His revelation of multiple checks being involved in the hit on Tupac Shakur has sent shockwaves through the Twitter community, sparking a frenzy of speculation, outrage, and disbelief. Users are flooding the platform with their thoughts, theories, and demands for answers, creating a digital uproar that's impossible to ignore. Multiple checks for Tupac's hit. This is bigger than we thought. Tupac conspiracy, one user exclaims, capturing the collective shock of the online community. Another adds fuel to the fire, tweeting, 10 million for a hit? That's mafia level. Who had the power and money to pull this off? Justice for Tupac. The tweets range from calls for justice and accountability to wild conspiracy theories, as fans and truth seekers alike grapple with the implications of Gene's revelation. Amidst the chaos, there are voices of reason urging caution and a careful examination of the facts. Let's not get carried away, folks. Multiple checks could mean anything. We need solid evidence before jumping to conclusions. Tupac truth, a user advises, attempting to bring a level-headed perspective to the heated conversation. Others are using the platform to highlight the broader implications of the revelation, tweeting, if there were multiple checks, we need to know who wrote them, who cashed them, and why. This is about more than just Tupac. Follow the money. The Twitter storm shows no signs of abating as users from around the world contribute to the conversation, making it clear that the revelation of multiple checks has added a new layer of complexity and urgency to the quest for truth in Tupac Shakur's murder.